as cheesy as it sounds, look and you shall find. It's a really important quote, and it's been proven hundreds of thousands of times over. In the case of your goals, the reason why you will achieve whatever goal you set with 100% certainty is because you change your perspective. When you change your perspective, you change what you're seeing and how you're seeing it. You change how you're interpreting events, right? So, if you're given an opportunity and you have a goal, you correlate that opportunity with how it helps you get to that goal. If you have multiple opportunities, you see which one's more effective towards getting you to that goal, right? And if you didn't have a goal, you just have multiple opportunities, and they'd kind of be worthless to you because you might see them like branch out in different areas. Because if you have a goal, right, and there's these different opportunities, those different opportunities aren't all inherently meant to go in that one direction. You know, if you're like a musician or something, and you get a like something arises. I can't come up with a like specific example right now. My time is short. It's raining right now, and I don't want to get my phone messed up. But basically, this opportunity might be better inclined for this goal. This opportunity might be better inclined for this goal, but they both share somewhat of a direction towards this goal, which is your goal. Right? So when you don't have a goal, you're just kind of seeing it for the different main ways that it could go, and you're not looking at like how it can help you because you don't have a goal, right? So the most important thing is just to describe your goal, to define it clearly, and to start looking for the perspectives and the things that can help you get towards it. I was just checking my notes to see if there's anything else I wanted to discuss. I was on my walk and I started writing some stuff down. I was like, oh shit, this might make for like this might offer someone some value. And it doesn't sound like too much. It's kind of common sense to a degree. But like, I heard this story. I don't remember who exactly it was from. But there was a gatekeeper. Right? And there was a wagon coming into town. He stopped. He asked the man, hey, what kind of people live around here? And the man replied, what kind of men came from the place that you were at? And he said, grungy, dirty, unhonest, and bad people, essentially. The man said, that's what you'll find here. And he went along his way. The carriage went along his way. And the gatekeeper stood there, and a little while later, another carriage rolls around. This other carriage, the man stopped, asked the same question. What kind of people live around here? Gatekeeper said, same thing. Well, what kind of people came from the place that you were at? Or what kind of people lived in the place that you were at? Well, the only difference is this man responded, good, honest, hardworking people. Good workers, honest people, family people, and work to make a living. Putting my notebook up so it doesn't get rained on. Right, and the man said, well, then that's the kind of people you'll find here. And he drove off. The wagon drove off. Life is all about your perspective. And what I find so irritating and so intriguingly dumb is that there are people who are so close-minded and think that they know so much about the world that they don't need to learn anymore. And they've limited and completely closed off their perspective. It's like, what the fuck? That's the perspective, and the way you see things is how you it determines your success entirely. I was up right this morning, and I heard my dad say something along the lines of, what was it? It was just, "Oh, I hate people." That comment. It was a part of a different like rant of his, but he essentially said, "I hate people." And that stuck out to me. I was like, your success, your future, your happiness is determined by people. You're working for people to provide for people. You're living for people. You're serving people. It it just baffles me. I'm going off on a little bit of a rant here. I didn't intend to do this at all. But it's very alarming to me that so many people believe that they know all that they need to know to get by in life. And while that's true, they're going to hate life doing it. It's important to just take time and develop, be a forever student and develop. Okay, and you'll be so much more happier like this too. You'll be so much happier. If you think, part of what makes children so excited and curious about the world is that they have this curiosity about them, about everything and anything that they can get their hands on or ask questions about. Somewhere along the way, we stopped doing that. Now, there are multiple factors that could contribute into that. That whole situation, including the public education system. That's a whole different rant, though. Parental neglect, just a bunch of shit that can go into that. But essentially, once we lose that enthusiasm, we kind of just die off and we lose our excitement. And we see that we can get through day to day without having to learn anymore. And so we start doing that. Because apparently it's demonized to ask questions and learn more about stuff. And gosh, it's so frustrating. If the biggest thing you can do, if you're still watching this even, the biggest thing you can do is to get as many different viewpoints on whatever you think to be true as possible. It doesn't matter if you agree with them. It doesn't matter if you don't. It's just hear the viewpoint and then listen to the reasoning. There's never a right or wrong answer to something. Never. There's always some truth and some falsity in it. Fallacy, I don't know. But there's always some amount of truth and some amount of falseness to whatever claim is being made, including yours. You can get through life hating people and despising your situation, but don't hate what you're given. Start looking at what you're like. I'm given this rainy ass day and my shit's getting soaking wet, including my phone and my book bag. And I'm probably gonna have to go home and have a hairdryer on my books for a couple hours because I have like 3 books in here. But I'm not hating it. It's what I was given, and I'm making the most out of it with how I can, you know. I could have chosen not to go on my walk today, but I didn't. I went ahead and went on my walk. This is a consequence of that. I could have stayed home and, practice guitar or do some other stuff. But it's what I was given. I'm not cursing it and being like, "Oh shit, I can't do this or this. I can't go on my walk. I can't go to the gym. It's supposed to be snowing today. I can't go to the gym today. Oh blah blah. I can't go see my girlfriend." Like, it doesn't matter. This is what I was given. Don't hate it. Make the most of it. What can you do with the snow? Maybe write like a cute message in the snow and send it to your girlfriend, Something, I don't know. I'm going off on a rant about nothing. Well, there's something, but it's very difficult for me to learn how to phrase it or organize my thoughts on it. But essentially, just your perspective is everything in life. Why neglect it? Do not neglect it. It's the most important thing that you have as a person. It's what defines you. It's what makes you happy. It's what leads to your success ultimately. Don't neglect it. Okay? Learn as much as you can. Knowledge is power for a reason because it determines your happiness, success, and how fulfilled you are as a person. And there was a quote by a man. His name started with the J. I forgot what it was. He said, happiness is when a man is not focused. Man meaning, man, woman, just person. Is not focused on themselves, but rather something else. A book, a craft, music, business. Not as a means, but as a craft, an ideal. And that's how you're happy. And honestly, I've found a lot of truth in that. If you think back yourself, you'll probably find a lot of truth in that yourself. Even with games and stuff. Not a single person is ever happy when they decide to take away from others. When they decide to try to be selfish and do everything so that way they can receive happiness, and with self-centered intention. I mean, sure, that might happen, but when people are being selfish like that, they don't have that on mind, regardless of what their actions may lead you to believe. They likely just assholes. But yeah, guys, this turned out to be a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. I apologize for the rant. I hope you found some kind of value in it. Yeah, guys, stay on task.